Okay, so I'm now here with Johnny Russell, the Director of Rugby in Pres. How's the season gone so far for you, Johnny?
Well, overall, I think for Pres Rugby it's been an incredibly successful year. The first years, as Jay is short, I've had some outstanding victories against Belvedere and Marys and so forth. Most importantly, in that age group, there's 3 teams, which is a great achievement and testament to the setup there. Second years, I suppose, they're getting all the headlines, having won all their grand matches in the 18-12 matches on the trot, conceding 1 try. But importantly, the B team has also got a outstanding record of 10 wins out of 12. Some great success there. Juniors have gone well, qualified straight into the cup. I'm looking forward to that match against Kilkenny. Transition year has been a great success with over 25 players playing consistently for the school, which is a huge improvement on what we've managed to do before, and they've been competitive in all the games. The seniors have found it difficult, but not for want of trying or effort. They've performed very well, but just been unlucky, most obviously against Gonzaga, who won their group. They lost very narrowly to Gonzaga, who won their league group. That sort of typifies the season of the seniors. A lot of effort, a lot of great performances, but just a little bit of that bad luck. But hopefully that'll change, and they're working very hard to see that change. And I'm sure we'll see that on January the 8th in the cup.
Okay. You're into your second year now as Director of Rugby, and you've implemented a lot of changes over the last 18 months. What gives you most satisfaction in your role?
Lots of things. I think one is the increase in numbers playing, but probably what gives me most satisfaction personally is to see the younger coaches coming through. Obviously Jason is the most prominent, but the likes of Matt Thompson and Jack Lawrence and the various young coaches that have come through our system. I was commented on Facebook on Jack's role. He coaches the second year B team. He puts a tremendous amount of effort into it and has really warmed to the role and done so well with that group. And he's just one very obvious example of the younger coaches that are coming through, and I think it's important that just kind of guarantees that we'll be able to go forward and continue with our success. To have those, be fortunate to have so many younger coaches involved. That's the main thing for at the moment. There's lots of other stuff, but that's the main thing.
So you were in at the cup draws in the House of Lords there last week. How did you feel when you saw St. Pat's and Navan come out, the players in your team?
I know Pat's and Navan was a tough challenge. We've played them twice before. It was in the junior cup. I remember I was coaching at the time, and we had a tough game. And then they played, I think it was about 2 years later, Darren Henderson team, which beat them narrowly. I know what a challenge they are. They're a physical, skillful, athletic team, and they'll be tough. Our seniors are under no illusions about that one. Kilkenny again, we played them in the league. I saw some of that junior match, and I think we won well on that day, but we know that will be a very different challenge when it comes down to the cup. I'm delighted for our juniors that they're going to play in Donnybrook. Really, for every schoolboy player, that's where you want to play in the junior cup.
There's a lot of talk recently about concussion in the media. Have you taken any steps to make sure we do deal with the issue in Pres?
Yeah, definitely. Our sports council formulated a sports injury or a head injury policy which deals quite extensively with this. We're following RFU guidelines. For me, credit to the RFU, they're well ahead of many sporting organisations in implementing very strict and clear guidelines, and we follow them very closely. We've had a number of players who served a 23-day suspension, and we've been strict in enforcing that. The vast majority of those head injuries were mild, but you can't take any chances, and I think we've followed best practice. And I think our players, are very safe, and the response from parents acknowledges that we are doing the best by their children. And also, I think it's important to remember that the advantages of playing rugby are far outweigh any potential risk. All sport implies a certain risk, rugby of course, but the advantages and benefits far outweigh any potential risk.
Okay, we're over halfway through the season. What are the goals for you now for the rest of the year?
Well, the rest of the year I think is to consolidate what we have. We have an objective now was to have 200 players in the school. We're not far off that this year. I think we were 180 plus, closer to 190. We want to retain all the players that we currently have, to continue to develop them, to provide the sort of coaching and facilities and the environment where they can develop and prosper. We're confident we're doing that, and we would like next year to be starting the season with 200 players and to build on that. Player retention is vital. The more players we have, the more successful we'll be. Competitively, all our teams are competitive. Of course, we'd like to be more competitive. We recognise it's a very competitive environment and that we're up against some serious challenges. We probably don't have, we definitely don't have the financial clout of a lot of other schools, but we can be creative or look for other solutions. So, we'd love to see some silverware, but for players to be enjoying it and to keep on coming back is the main focus and objective.
And a quick word on the Cubs, how's that going?
Cubs is an extraordinary success. 140 players involved from 7 up to 12 from first, second class right to the 6th class. So I see Joe here behind the camera. He was one of the first players we got in. We only had one class at that time, but it's grown magnificently. And all those teams are now really competing with the likes of St. Michael's and Willow Park